Hello, everyone. My name is Abdullah, and I'm your host for today. And yet again, I have another exciting topic to talk about. Uh, Whenever I get this chance to have these interactions with you, Lord, it is just the best feeling that I have. And in today's topic, we have a really exciting, you can say, gift, action, present, whatever you want to say for you. Because with us, there's going to be a special guest who's going to be joining us. So stay tuned for the later part of the episode so that you can meet the special guest yourself. But we are going to kick off things with a little bit of the backstory about how this whole war for Earth has actually begun and how this metaverse is going to plan out. So, the storyline goes like this is that Bastion is all that is left of the Earth. So when the Centurion ships invaded almost a century ago, they burned a hole through the atmosphere. And ecosystems died, biomass unraveled, species were eradicated, and glaciers were flooded the entire countries. Great cities were lost beneath the waves and homes were abandoned beneath the rubble. The last remnant of the humanity flocked to the only chain of turfs which is known as the Bastion. There, there they made their final stand, banding together. The desperate human factions pushed back the invaders. You can already feel the energy of aliens versus humans. They fought on the streets and built compound underground to hold the relevant waves. I'm already having goosebumps. After months of fighting, the tide finally receded. The Centurion fled Earth and Bastion. Almost 20 years have passed since the battle, and now the few human factions who have survived have started to rebuild. Because, as you all know, after a disaster comes a rainbow. There are whispers that the invaders might return, rumors that have that some of them actually never left and still hide in the shadows, waiting for a chance to strike. Until that day, it's time to reclaim what they stole from us. It's time to rebuild Bastion. Ooh, it's time to rebuild Bastion. When I first heard the storyline of the whole War for Earth game, I thought it was like a movie. We have two components, the humans and the aliens coming together and fighting it off on the few turfs which are left on the earth. And who is actually gonna be victorious? Because as we know, that some of the aliens never left. They were hiding in the shadows, and we don't know when they're gonna attack again. So, will all the humans come together in order to have a fight against our opponents, which are aliens? I am so excited, but I can't tell you more. But I know someone who can tell you more about this game and how the whole thing is gonna work out. Remember, I told you there's a special guest tonight? Yep. So, let me introduce you to the co founder of War for Earth and a successful businessman for the last 20 years. But he is definitely a gamer at heart. I welcome Mr. Mohsin Jamil. Hello, Mr. Mohsin Jamil. How are you? Thank you so much for taking out time in your busy schedule to being talking with us. Thank you.
Thank you, Abdullah, for having me today to discuss on this upcoming game, War for Earth. I'm also quite excited actually when you um, sent me an email and said that you wanted me to come down and explain the whole scenario and explain the whole gameplay that we have been working on. behind the scene for last many months actually, and I think um, we can see the exciting times ahead of us as and when we are progressing in terms of developing the game. So yeah, I'm quite excited and thrilled to reveal a lot of information that I shouldn't be doing. But at least, I think the audience has deserved the right to know what exactly is this game War for Earth, and when it is anticipated to be coming out. So yeah, let's go.
Let me tell you something, Mr. Mohsin Jamil, that gaming has transformed from what we had in back in 10 years ago all the way to VR gaming. It is a big leap that the gaming industry has taken in terms of the metaverse as well as the gamer experience that every user is going to have. Therefore, Mr. Mohsen Jamil, I have a question for you. Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm quite thrilled. Please go ahead.
Would you be kind enough to shed some light on the game? Because I know you're the man to ask this question to.
Yes, of course. Why not? I'm also quite excited to share the information with everyone who is watching this video live right now as we speak. So the War for Earth concept has been designed by myself and my co-founder Bhavesh Desai, who is in US, and we both were sort of working alongside the concept, especially in the gaming sector, because as you know, the gaming sector is actually booming a lot, and there's lots of games coming up every now and then in the market. But with the inception of metaverse, the whole scenario has changed a lot, and I think we wanted to give a very different experience to the user, sort of a 3D immersive experience of a game on a metaverse. That was sort of a concept that we wanted to build. And then came the second part, where what sort of game people normally like. So we have done a lot of research, and we have seen that majority of the gamers are between the age group 18 to 27, and they like to play an action thriller game actually, so to give them a really real time experience of an action thriller game on a Web3 concept, and metaverse, I think was a challenge for us, but we wanted to come out with some great ideas. And I think after a lot of brainstorming um, about the game, we finally came up with a concept that we will design an action thriller, a 3D metaverse game, which will be played on PC, which will be played on console, which will be played on mobile, and at the same time, people also get the experience of metaverse. When it comes to the action thriller game, I think the sci-fi concept is quite well known in the market. Is something that the gamers always like to play. And when we were thinking about what sort of action thriller game we should be designing, the first thing comes to the mind is, yes, there's a set of warriors and there's a set of aliens that we'll create, and we will create a future sort of world, which is the Bastion. We came up with the name. The word Bastion means a set of islands, right? So we gave the name to our metaverse, the Bastion, which consists of 15 island, and every island has 1,000 plots. In totaling, there are 15,000 plots on our metaverse, which we will talk about later. But today we will be discussing more on the game side. So so the whole concept was designed, as I said, on our own metaverse, on our own world. We created our own world. So 15 island means 15 different level of games actually, and that itself defines that the type of game that we are designing will have lot of action, lot of complexities, different environment, different avatars, different sort of challenges within these 15 islands actually.
Yeah,
And yeah, I mean, when I say that it's basically a futuristic sci-fi concept, it means that this sort of game is happening somewhere in the future, in 2050s, 2017, and the whole Earth is not as an ordinary Earth as we see. It's more like a futuristic Earth with a different set of warriors. When I say warriors, it's not like we wanted to create a traditional contemporary sort of characters in the game. Rather than, we wanted to focus more on having a mix and match of different warriors who want to fight for their country, want to fight for their earth, and against the invasion of the aliens, right?
Definitely. And with the recent developments also, I have seen that games such as Sandbox and Decentraland, these are some big metaverse game which are coming forward. And I personally feel that War for Earth is one of the best ones in the market. Why? Because for people or the gaming users, it can be an early adoption to something which is being developed for the future. Therefore, I arrive on my next question to you is that where exactly do you see your game fitting in the whole gaming universe?
I think it's quite a challenge for us because, as you know, that there's a huge diversity in the gaming world, and I think the gamers like to play something which creates a lot of excitement. But at the same time, the concept, whenever we were working on a concept, the main part of the concept was to create an environment where the gamers not only just play a game, but they also play while and earn at the same time. So majority of the traditional games that you see right now, and I think I'm sure you must have played a lot of game, and I too have played in my childhood. Of course, in during my childhood there was a very selective game, but now there's so many games that you can choose and play with. But the concept that exists right now is where you play a game and you buy stuff,
Yeah,
right? The concept we want to develop with War for Earth is that we want our gamers to not only just play a game and buy different stuff within the game, and the company earns the money. We rather wanted the gamers to play a game, and when they play a game, they have a chance to earn tokens or whatever we will decide inside the games. Of course, we'll reveal it later on, but there's definitely an opportunity for people to earn during this game. And yeah, I mean, I think there's a lot of challenge ahead of us. That we come up with a concept which creates a lot of diversity within the game, which creates a lot of curiosity within the game itself, and definitely will have a different angle to what the existing market is offering to the gamers. And I think that comes itself with a new concept of Web3, which is a new concept in itself, I think. And with the addition of metaverse, I think that will give a completely different experience, as if when you are, especially when you are playing a game wearing a headgear, which is a virtual reality. I think you will have a different 3D immersive experience when you go inside a game while wearing a VR headset. You will feel like you are within the game yourself, and that's what we wanted to. That experience we want to give it to our gamers, and I think that's taking the game completely to a next level, because of course playing a game on a traditional PC or mobile where we're just playing while we are talking or while we are traveling or while we are sitting, but that doesn't give you a real time experience. But what if you have a bunch of friends joining the game environment, and you all are talking to each other, you all are discussing the strategy there, and you feel that, oh, if there's a character, a human character in our game War for Earth, and you become one of the character, actually you feel that you are yourself representing a character. So that gives a completely unique experience to the users who will be playing our game War for Earth.
guys, as I said, Mr. Mohsin Jamil is a gamer at heart. He is trying to give power back to the gamers and creating an experience which is gonna last a lifetime. I am already so happy from his words. I am already assured. I know it's gonna be a hit. But arriving to my next question, Mr. Jamil, is where exactly do you see your game, and who exactly is gonna be your audience? Who are the people you're gonna be like, okay, that is my audience?
Well, answering your first question, where exactly we see the game, is a quite difficult question to answer, because you don't know, how the audience will react to your game. What you can foresee is you put your best into the game, you create something which creates a different experience for the users. You always strive to bring the best in the market, to outbeat all the current games that exist in the market and people play. And I think our research and development goes hand in hand, where we sort of try out different games that are in the market, and we get to know the real experience, how you feel when you play a game, and what we can bring on table for the gamers, a sort of a different level of experience, taking a game altogether to a different level, you know. And I think that's what we wanted to do with our game, you know. I think with the new technology coming in place, I think that there's a lot of VFX effect that we'll be putting in the in the game to give you a real time experience. I hope you have seen the teaser that we have launched a couple of months ago, in which it's a 53-second teaser, and we have just tried to give a little bit of brief experience to the audience to get a feel of what the game is will look like, you know. And now we are looking forward to launch our trailer, stroke a little bit of gameplay as well, which will give you a more sorry, a more elaborative experience on how exactly that game is going to look like. And I think this trailer that we are launching, probably next 2 3 months time, I can bet that, that will take will clear the doubts in the mind of the gamers, because the type of trailer we are creating, we are putting so much effort into it. We are trying to come up with a realistic feel of the characters, when we are seeing the characters on screen, we are trying to give that realistic feel to the characters, and the second part is, yes, where exactly the gamers will come in. Anyone who likes to play a game, not necessarily between an age group 18 to 27, as I said. It's a game which is a multi-purpose game. It is a game which has been designed for any age group to play. It's not a very sort of a game that is not suitable for the kids. No, we are designing a game which is suitable for every age group. Of course, there is a benchmark for a certain age limit as well. It's not like we can go below that age limit, but anyone who is fond of of playing a game, will definitely come and buy out into this concept of War for Earth, because it will give you a really different, thrilling experience when you see the game actually coming out.
Can you see that, Mr. Mosavir? Goosebumps.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Uh,
I
I
can't
have
believe,
always,
when I'm
I
designing this
always say
trailer
I
with
cannot
my
wait for
team.
2023.
You
I
know,
cannot wait for
every day when we come up with the concept, every day when we are discussing with each other, it was like, how we want to give. I think the main focal point here is the experience that we want to give to a user, and that is what we are keeping us in our mind when we are working on this game day in day out. We are just trying to think, uh, putting ourselves into the shoe of a gamer to see how we feel, when we play a game. I mean, it's not just, it's a mega project, it's a big project. It's not just like we are creating a game out of nowhere and then you just a simple game. Like, there are many games, you can find online or offline, and you can play those small games, but this is definitely a next level project that we are working on, and I think we look forward to it.
more than you. I look forward for it, and I can't wait for the trailer to come out in 2023, because as the teaser has been already launched, but we are still waiting for the trailer to come in 2023. Hopefully sooner than that. I'm not sure, but I hope to. But I am really excited for the game because I think just from my words itself, I feel reassured that the game is gonna be and full of user experience. So that's why, with all of that you have said, I felt that the gamers are getting their power back. The user experience is gonna be at the top level. But I would like to say thank you so much for making time for us today. It has been a pleasure talking to you, and I hope we can reconnect soon in the future. And we have more exciting news coming up about the game. But thank you so much, Mr. Jamil, for joining us today. I hope to see you soon again.
Thank you
Thank
very
you.
much for having me today, joining this call. I was quite excited, as I said in the beginning, and I mean, we look really forward to launch our trailer. As you said, in 2023, we will be launching our trailer in the first half of 2023, actually. and right now we are getting up for that. So all our effort is going towards the trailer, and the same and along with the trailer, we're also working on developing the demo version of the gameplay as well. So that will be out in 2023, soon after we release the trailer. So yeah, exciting days ahead of us. Upward and
Definitely,
onward. We'll see how it goes, and
definitely,
I'm sure that this wait will be worth when people will see the trailer coming out in the first half of 2023. So
for sure, for sure.
let's see.
Thank you so much, Mr. Jimmy. Thank
Thank
you.
you very much for having me once again.
There you go. You heard it from the man himself. Trailer coming in 2023. I'm excited. I hope you're excited. Definitely join me in my next episode where we are going to talk about more exciting topics. And as always, thank you. Have a good night. Take care.